Let me get one thing freaking clear. Am I a misogynistic man who's like, my daughter will not marry a man like this? Am I a misogynistic man who believes he has the right to control the kind of man that his daughter marries? Hell to the no, no. I am fully aware of the fact that even if I were to try that, I would most likely push her away and make her want to date the man just to prove me wrong. What I'm really saying is this: here are men that I would not want to date my daughter. The first guy that I do not want dating my daughter is any man who calls himself a male feminist. Just so we're clear, this is not because feminism is inherently wrong or anything like this. Here's my issue. Think back to all of the male feminists you know. How many of them strike you as particularly masculine men? Exactly. Have you ever been in a conversation with a man? Let's say you're talking to him for half an hour at a bar, a club, or a discotheque. You're talking to some man and you're thinking,
I like this man's vibe. I like his presence. I like his energy. I like the way he feels. There's just something about this dude. He's so masculine. Like, I like him. I'm turned on. I'm attracted. Whoa, who is this guy?
and then at some point afterwards, you found out that he identifies as a feminist. That's never happened, has it? You want to know why this is? Guys who identify as male feminists aren't being honest. What they're doing is they're using a dating strategy. As men, we have certain ways from, let's say, teens to adulthood that we know that we can attract women, right? Some guys will get women with muscles or with physicality or being good at sports, dominant personalities and being a Jack the Lad, white boy kind of character. Some guys will amass some form of success or be like really cool and have an established position in a social circle. Guys will have things like that. You're a man, you don't really think you can compete. You never get picked for the football team. You're not particularly strong. You're not particularly dominant. You don't have the overwhelming social skills. You don't have a lot of status. So women don't really look at you. You don't really have the confidence to go after women the way that a lot of other men do. So what do you do? Because you're not gay, you want women. You suck up to women and you tell them what they want to hear. That is what the male feminist does. Most women tends to not really be my audience, but still like to hear that men are in the wrong because it makes you feel good. But you see, here's the thing: male feminists know that. They know that you want to hear that men are in the wrong, so they tell you what they think you want to hear. They're not saying it because they believe it. Obviously, with some of them, it's like they've said it so much they're starting to believe it, but that's not the genesis of it. They're saying it because they believe that they can tell you everything that you want to hear, tell you that men are the issue, tell you that men are the problem. If they can suck up and basically lick your proverbial hiney, your proverbial stilettos, they do that, you will bequeath them the honor of your flower. This man does not have the balls, the confidence, the cojones to be himself. And this is why that guy ain't getting with my daughter. Man number two is a man who is all flash but no substance. Sorry, this man is very confident, at least like superficially. He can tell the jokes, he can make people laugh. He's got a lot of swagger. People know him as the cool guy. But underneath it all, he has nothing. He has no integrity. He has no actual values. He's not someone that can be relied on when the chips are down. He's not someone that can even be relied on to do right by her because he uses his superficial confidence as a way to win people's trust. But once he's actually won people's trust, he has no real sense of duty. I've known people like this. They look at people and they analyze them and they go, okay, so I can get this from this person, that from that person, this from this person. This guy is like this, and therefore it will be acceptable for me to do this. This guy is like that, and I can never do that to this guy. And you can spot it as well. It's hard to describe, but you can literally spot it, like in a man's eyes, when it's all false and it's all fake. But then, to be fair, if you can't spot it through the man's demeanor, you just watch his behavior. does he actually back up his promises? If he's talking about things he's going to do, I don't know, like starting businesses or taking her slash you out on dates, you being the woman, does he back up his words or are his words completely hollow? Yeah, it's superficial and you have loads of fun with him. Maybe he seems like a bit of a bad boy, but underneath that, is there any substance? With these guys, there isn't. And if you see that there's no substance, run a mile. The last man is a man with no fire. What do you think a good man is? Do you think a good man is soft and weak? I would say, hell no. A good man isn't a man that's soft and weak. A good man isn't a man that's harmless. What a good man is a man who has the capability for unfathomable amounts of harm, but he chooses not to act on it. You are walking down the street with two men, right? And you're attacked while with each of these two men. So, not at the same time, at separate points. One man is a harmless man who can't inflict harm in any way. The other man is a very dangerous man who has insane capacity for harm. Which one would you want to be with? Clearly, the second one. Let's say he loses his job. And then number two, someone hacks into your bank account and takes out all your money. Which guy do you want to be with? Do you want to be with the guy who's like,
You know what? I've got this. I'm going to fix the situation. I am going to fix this situation.
or do you want the guy who's like,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
in society, there's this mentality right now that being that dangerous guy is somehow a bad thing. Those dangerous men are what people go to when shit hits the fan. When a building's on fire, you call a man with the wherewithal and the balls and the resolve to run into that fire and fight it. Armies are attacking. You call men with the wherewithal and the resolve to load up with heavy machinery and like the backpack with equipment and things like this. And it probably weighs half their body weight. And they're carrying a rifle and they're running around dodging bombs and bullets and basically defending the country. Man's with his daughter and something happens. You want a man who can do what needs to be done. Maybe she has like a heart attack in the car. You want a man with the wherewithal and the drive to drive really fast, but really safe and get to the hospital on time. A man who isn't actually going to back down. So that's why my daughter is not getting with a harmless man. But of course, like I said, I mean, if she chooses to do it, well, she'll learn her lesson anyway. It's not going to be a good experience. And I know for a fact that you, my dear, beautiful menace, watching this, you're thinking back to the harmless men you've dated and you're like,
You know what? Yeah, this guy's actually got a point.
something about those men just wasn't cutting it. Like, I already know that that man didn't arouse you. I know that he didn't turn you on. I know that. You weren't attracted to him. I literally know that. Outside of that, there wasn't a lot there. And you couldn't rely on that guy. So there we go. There we are. Merci beaucoup. This is my video. So now what I need you to know is that if you have enjoyed the cut of my jib and you think to yourself, you know what? Kieran actually seems to know what he's talking about. And I like this guy. And I'd like to hear more from Kieran. Something about the way he takes his glasses on and off. It's so hypnotic. It's so cool. Follow me or subscribe, you know. Drop me some comments. Let me know. Also, what sorts of men have I not spoken about? Like, what sorts of men should I have added? What sorts of men should I have added to this list? But yeah, man, so like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram as well. I mean, you can see it in the top corner of the screen. Also, got an ebook as well. 12 secrets about attractive men society won't tell you. So if there's anything about the male gender that confuses you, you don't quite get, you don't understand, right? And you want your dating relationships with men to be smooth, free flowing, to remove the friction. Get this ebook. It is going to transform things. You'll be looking at it in a new light. Other than that, merci beaucoup. Thanks for your time. Ciao.